Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone in today's class. Our textbook is Weekend 2 and today inshallah we will cover Unit 3. My Day, Animals, Places, Talk Time on pages 18 and 19. This lesson will be presented by me, teacher Mazen Al-Harbi, and the sign language by Mr. Salih Al-Ajan. So let's begin. First, let's get to know our objectives in today's lesson. At the end of this lesson, we hope that you'll be able to build up questions and answers about everyday activities. And to do this, I would like you please to open your books on page 18. I would like you please to open your books on page 18. Now on page 18, here we can see on your books, we can see someone interviewing someone else, or two boys are interviewing each other. And what is important here is that we know what is the question and also how we answer each of these questions. So remember that our goal is to talk about everyday activities and to do or to answer or to make this goal asking about everyday activities. We need to know what are the right questions that we need to ask and also what are the right answers. So let's start with our first question we have in this conversation. So the first question is, tell me about your day. Tell me about your day. So this is not exactly a question, but it is a sentence when we want to know about someone's activities, everyday activities. Tell me about your day. For example, what did you do? Well, about my day, I got up at 7 o'clock. I had a breakfast. I went to my work. And then at 4 p.m., I back at my home. And then I did my homework, I finished my work up to 10 p.m. After this, I had lunch and I went to bed. This is about my day. So now, tell me about your day. Tell me about your day. So this is the first question we can ask someone to talk about his or her day. So here we have an answer as an example, which is, I get up at 6 o'clock. I get up at 6 o'clock. So this is an example. I get up at 6 o'clock. This is an example of my everyday activities. Now let's listen to the second question we can ask someone to know his or her activities. The second question is, what time do you eat lunch? What time do you eat lunch? So here, the second question, when we want to ask someone about his or her time of eating lunch. So, for example, I have lunch at 2 p.m. My friend has lunch at 1 p.m. and my other friend has lunch at 4 p.m. So here we have different times of having lunch. Now let's listen to the answer and we can know. At 2 o'clock, then I do my homework. So here we have, at 2 o'clock, we have two activities. So when someone asks, what time do you eat lunch? The answer is at 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, I eat lunch. So what is the other activity you do at 2 o'clock? I do my homework. I do my homework. So here we have two activities. Now let's listen to the third question also about activities. The third question is, do you watch TV in the evening? Do you watch TV in the evening? Do you watch television? Do you watch shows, TV shows? Here, when we start questions with do, either we said yes or no. So, for example, the answer we can see here is yes, I do. Yes, I do. Now, as for the fourth activity, which is what do you do on Saturday? What do you do on Saturday? So each Saturday, at each weekend, what do you do? What are the activities that you can do? Well, he said, I play with my friends. I play with my friends. So here we go. This is another activity. I play with my friends. So here we have listened to 4 different questions. And these questions can tell about someone's activities. The first one is, tell me about your day. Tell me about your day. What time, for example, you get up. Also, the second question we learned, which is, what time do you eat lunch? What time do you eat lunch? And the third one is, do you watch TV in the evening? Do you watch TV in the evening? And the fourth one, which is, what do you do on Saturday? What do you do on Saturday? So these are 4 important questions we can ask to someone if we want to know his or her everyday activities. So not only this, but we can practice these talks in pairs. You can choose one of your classmates in the classroom or one of your family members and ask them this question, these 4 questions. And why these questions are important? Because it will help you to know about the everyday activities that this person is doing. So it will help us to know what time do they have lunch and what time do they get up, and also what about their day as well, and if they are watching TV or not. And not only this, you can even switch roles. You can be the one who answers and your partner is the one who will ask these 4 questions. So all of them are important that we need to pay attention to. So now I would like you please to turn to page 19. I would like you please to turn to page 19. Now on page 19, we have in the grammar toolbox, we're going to highlight some of the important questions. The first one is, do you watch TV in the evening? Do you watch TV in the evening? When you ask your partner questions about his or her daily activities, then you need one of these questions is, do you watch TV in the evening? If the answer is yes, then he would say, yes, I do. Yes, I do. And if the answer is no, then he would say, no, I don't. No, I don't. So here we have 2 important answers. The first one is, yes, I do. And the second one is, no, I don't. This is how we answered questions that starts with, do you? Do you? The other question we want to highlight is, what time? What time? So when we see this question or that starts with what time, we always think of a number. For example, what time do you get up? What time do you get up? Well, I get up at 6 o'clock. I get up at 6 o'clock. Okay, another question with what time? What time do you have lunch? I have lunch at 2 o'clock. And what time do you sleep? I go to bed at 10 p.m. So, whenever we ask or whenever we start our question with what time, it is important that we answer with an exact time, with a number. And finally, we can use get up at 6 o'clock with what we said I'm talking about myself. I get up at 6 o'clock. Or we can say you, about you. You get up at 6 o'clock. Or we can talk about me and you. We get up at 6 o'clock. Or we can maybe talk about them, other people. We can say they are or they get up at 6 o'clock. So it is important that we keep these questions in mind. So if we want to ask someone about his or her daily activities. After this, we're going to answer the question, which is, what time is it? So here we're going to listen and number. So as you can see here we have different times. And what we're going to do is we're going to listen to the time. And when we listen, we're going to go at this time and we're going to write number 1. And for the second time, we're going to write number 2. And with the third, number 3, and so on. So let's start here now with the first one. So let's listen to the first time. The first time is 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. So have a look at these pictures and tell me, where is 9 o'clock? It is the one in the middle. So here we go and write number 1. Here we go and we write number 1. Now let's listen for the second one. The second number we have is 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. So which one of these is 3 o'clock? It is this one. So here we go and write number 2. Now let's listen to the other time. The other time is 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. So where can we see 11 o'clock? It is the last one. So here we go and we write number 3. Now let's listen to number 4, which is 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. So where is 7 o'clock? Here it is. So here we write number 4. And then the last time left is 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, which is here, number 5. So here how we write number 5. So here we go. We did listen to different times and we did number them from the first time we heard until the last one. So here we said another question, which is check school days in your country. So here we have the 7 days of the week, which are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And what we're going to do is we're going to check the days that we have school days. So let's start with the first one. Do we have a school day on Sunday? Of course we do. Then here we put a check mark. What about Monday? Of course, Monday as well. And what about Tuesday? Tuesday even. And Wednesday. And Thursday. So how about Friday and Saturday? Do we have school on Friday and Saturday? The answer is no, we don't. Then we'll leave them as they are. So here are the school days we have. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So the last exercise we have for today is ask and answer in pairs. So here we have this table and we have questions about different activities, and here we have the answers of or about you, and also here we have the answers about your friend. So here we have the activities. Let's read them first. The first activity we have is what time you get up. And number 2, what time you go to school. And number 3, where you eat lunch. And number 4, what time you come home. And number 5, what you do in the evening. So here we have these different activities. So you can answer about yourself. For example, what time you get up? You can say, I get up at 7 o'clock. I get up at 7 o'clock. And you can answer the next one. What time do you go to school? You can say, I go to school at 8 o'clock. And you can fill in this column about you. Now let's ask your friend. If you want to ask your friend, then you can use these questions. For example, what time do you get up on Saturday? What time you get up on Saturday? And then you can fill in or write down his answer or her answers here. And also you can switch roles. You can ask her or him to ask you these questions, and you can write down your answers here. This exercise will help you how to ask about everyday activities and also how to answer them. So at the end, it is important that you can ask question about an activity or a day and get the answers, and also to tell the time and to talk about everyday activities. So now we have reached the end of our lesson. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.